All right, recording's in progress. All right. All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to J Talk Sports, your play by play for the game that we all love. I'm Jaydan Price, accompanied by Theo Celeste.
Yep, that's it.
Hey, man, it's glad to have you here, and we're gonna talk about some Clayton State basketball today.
Hey, man, I'm happy to be here, man. I appreciate you having me.
And we're
And yeah,
gonna keep having you.
hey, I'm
So,
glad to be here. We're starting.
so Yeah, so today we are definitely going to break down both the men's and women's basketball game against Columbus State. And that was, of course, yesterday, February 12th, where you did PA announcing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the games yesterday was pretty fun, man. Both games, they're pretty competitive at points, and the crowd was there to support their teams for sure.
Yeah, we it was a great crowd yesterday. It was actually a great crowd yesterday. So that was good. Brought the
That was also Greek
intensity.
night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Greek
Oh,
night.
Greek night. It was Greek night
Yeah.
as well.
So,
It was Greek night. Yeah, it was. So first, we are going to talk about the women's basketball. We are going to recap that. As we know, the Clayton State Lady Lakers went up against the Columbus. Is it Columbus State Tigers? Is it Columbus
Cougars,
State
Cougars.
Cougars?
Yep.
Columbus State Cougars. Okay. So, anything
Looks
you
like
want to say first?
to me, it was always like for me, this is always like a rivalry of more of like the battle of the CSUs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's always my every time this game comes around, the calendar, I always kind of circle it and be like, okay, it's
Yeah.
CSU versus CSU.
Yeah. We
And
gotta see who's the real one.
winner takes all.
Yeah.
So if we win the game, we're CSU.
Yeah. And they win the game. They're CSU.
Right.
And unfortunately, yesterday they took home the title. They
Hey
took
man,
home
they
the title.
they can have it for this year, man, but
They can
we'll be
have
back.
it.
Yeah.
Be back next year. We'll be back next year. But the recap, the first half, of course, it was actually a slow offensive start for both teams. They were both 7 for 30 combined in the first half. And the Lakers, at halftime they trailed 26-25, and despite the shooting struggles, but Kyler Green led the team at halftime with 8 points. So you know, it was a slow offensive start, but they kind of bounced back and forth before we went into halftime. But both teams trailed a lot from the field, from the field.
Oh yeah, yeah. It started off real slow. I remember the first quarter ended. I think the score was like 10-9. And I
Yeah,
was looking at around, I was like, man, this is a defensive game. This is gonna be one of those games that are it's gonna be one with effort. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know, you're gonna miss that many shots, it's gonna be a lot of rebounds.
Yeah, and it stayed 10-9 for like a couple of minutes. It was there for a
Right,
while. It was
right.
there for a while, and then it was also good too. If you go back and watch the game, for the people listening and watching, there were no fouls either. There was really no fouls. It was just straight rebounding, trying to get to the basket, missed shots, rebounds. That's all it was. It was no fouls. No, the refs weren't really involved in that game. So, great. It was a great defensive effort in the first half.
And that's how we like to watch basketball because it keeps the clock going. We're
Yeah.
not in there and it's a foul here and there and we got to stop play and all that.
Yeah, we got
And
a
it keeps
review.
all the reviews. So we keep it going, and the flow of the game is so much better, especially really entire the first half was like that. It's
Yeah,
one really fouls like that. It was just a
yeah,
good flow.
yeah, and yeah, we're coming into the second half. When they went to halftime, what were you really thinking? Like, what were you really thinking that we needed to do to come out?
I was thinking like at halftime, I was like, man, we got a chance to beat this team. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like we can really make some noise and get over 500, in the conference. We can upset this team. And it's just, how much effort can they come out in the third? Because I throughout the season, I felt like that third quarter is always key for us.
yes,
Uh, like we just got to come out, with energy
mhm,
and depending on how each team came out, that's who's going to take the game. Because I think we were. we were only down by one at the
Yeah,
halftime. So
yeah.
yeah,
It was a tight game.
yeah. So it's
No,
going
we yeah,
down
and
to effort.
come yeah. And when we came back into the second half, it looked a little shaky because Columbus State started the third on an 8-2 run.
Hmm.
But we were able to fight back and cut it to 36-33. So
Right.
we had the chance, and like you said, that we could have beat this team. We could have
Right.
beat this team, and Cougars again went to end the quarter. They went on the 12-2 run at the end of the quarter, and that put them in control really. But despite all the efforts, I mean Jasmine Burts and Cleo Worrells, they because Cleo had a lot of blocks, a lot of rebounds.
Mhm.
She did a lot on the field, and
Oh yeah.
and that's things that people really get confused watching Clayton State basketball. We have a lot of people who have key roles, and Cleo
Mhm.
showed that because she was out there getting the ball. You know,
Yeah, she was
she,
dominating the paint. She had
yes, she
five
had
blocks.
5 blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she almost had a double double. She had 9 points, and I
yeah,
felt like she could have gotten more.
she could have gotten more.
Right, like they played her tough in the paint.
Yeah.
I thought she
Against 22 on the Cougars. That was a great matchup.
yeah.
I'm telling you guys gotta go watch that back. That was a great matchup against 22 and Cleo. That
Yeah, I
was a
think that
great
was
matchup.
Simone Lett, and
Yes.
he was she was in the paint with her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That was a good paint matchup.
She definitely used her weight to her advantage. So
Mhm.
you got
Oh, for
I
sure.
had to respect that matchup. But
Right.
at all, at the end of the day, the late Lakers did fall 71-57. Like I said, defensive all around, but we definitely in the fourth quarter, we definitely let too many threes happen.
Hmm.
There was a lot of us in the paint, and we should have definitely moved toward to being able to guard the perimeter. And
Yeah.
just that's how it happened. And
The thing is with the whole game, like I felt like if you take each quarter of that,
Mhm.
we only we only we lost the third quarter.
Yes.
But if you look at it, we won the fourth quarter by a point.
Yeah,
They only scored 18 in the fourth quarter, and we scored 19. So it was like, man, if we got that third quarter back, this game could have been a little different, you know. But
I
this is a
totally
game of
agree.
runs, and they went on like two really good runs. Columbus State had two really good runs in the third, one early and one late, that
Hmm.
really put them up 14 in the third. Other than
Yeah.
that, it was yeah, man, it was like I think when they went on runs, we kind of like we lost ourselves for a little bit, and then we got
Yes.
ourselves back. So it's
Yeah.
just like maintain that composure through
Hmm.
when the other team goes on
Yeah.
runs. But other than
And
that, man, we played great besides that third.
yeah, and definitely like you said, we had to keep the composure because I definitely saw a lot of confusion from our players just out there, especially in that fourth quarter. It was more of like they were shocked with how
Hmm.
easy, the Cougars were scoring,
Hmm.
you know. But
Right,
overall, I mean, great game. But we do have our key performers. Our Jasmine Burt, she had 13 points. Jada Waite, 12 points. Recently scored 1,000 for Clay State. I was there for that game. Cleo Worrells, nine, like you said, 9 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 blocks.
right,
Almost a double double.
right.
And we actually forced 24 turnovers, but we did lose the rebounding battle 47-35.
Yeah,
So at all, it
yeah.
was
The
a tight
defense
knit.
is good.
Yeah.
We played well, at points, and I really like this team's effort, especially when that defense is locked in. I saw Jada Alston also. She got two steals and two blocks. She's a really good help defender. And if you
Yeah.
watch, she's like, she plays right in the middle, and she's she's almost helping in every play. Like her hands are always everywhere. So you'll
Yeah.
see her steals
And
deflect.
I think a lot of people don't see that coming.
Mhm.
So that's what makes it even better too, because she can go out there and score. but she can
Mhm,
also play on both sides of the court. She can play on both sides of the court. She can block, like you said, she can block and steal.
mhm,
And I think it surprises a lot of the opposing team because they look at her as a scorer. So
mhm.
yeah. So what's next for the Lakers? They are 9-14, 6-7 in the PBC. They're headed to Flagler on February 15th at 1:30 p.m. So look out for that game. That should be good. But next, we are going to, of course, move into the men's recap. And before we move into that, I would like to say congratulations to Aaron Pitts. We saw him get his scored 1,000 points. We saw him get his ball. So congratulations to him. So yeah, that was good. Anything you want to start off with for the first half recap of Plain
The
State?
men's game,
The men's
man.
game, yes, sir.
I really thought we were gonna make this upset, man,
Ah,
because we was there. Like we
yeah.
was there, man. Like I was looking at the table left and right. I didn't want to say nothing because I didn't want to jinx it. But man, I was hyped, man. That
Yeah, it
first
was a good game.
right. And then the funny part with this game is Columbus State always brings a crowd,
Yes.
and so their parents always like to sit behind me. So I always hear the talking. So there's always a lot of talking between,
Yeah,
the
I
mom.
was looking down there and I was like, what is Theo doing? It's like, and I saw you were talking to the parents. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, the
yeah.
one of the moms wanted me to say their child's name, a little more sauce in it. But I was like, yo, this is a home game for
This is
us.
a home
This is
game.
CA,
You're
this is
at you're at
Clayton
our
State.
you're at our court.
Right? Now you
So,
want me to put some sauce on your son's name, maybe Columbus State,
he-
we'll have to book us down there and
yeah,
then we'll make a trip.
yeah,
But other than that,
or
man,
he could join Clayton
oh
State.
yeah, he
Yeah,
can transfer. You can
he can
always
transfer.
transfer.
He always
Right.
transfer. We always looking.
Right.
Got to get better.
Exactly.
So,
But I
hey,
think her son was a senior and it's a pretty good player, man. But
yeah, of course, of course, of course.
that's one thing I always want to talk about with this game is how we handled their best player, Adderton.
Yes,
Yo, he's a he's a top conference player. I think he was like first or second in scoring.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes,
'Cause he was
yeah,
scoring like, I think 20 a game and we held
hmm
him down to what, 11
yeah, yeah.
for a
We
12
can.
shooting. Yeah.
Hmm.
One of
Yeah,
five or three.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. It was.
his mom wanted me to say his name. I was like, he ain't scoring,
Yeah,
bruh.
yeah.
But when he made a foul, though, I said his name real clear when he made a foul. I was like, oh, Jared Alder, foul.
Yeah, yeah. But
But yeah, man, so much fun.
yeah. Yeah, for the first half recap, it definitely was a strong start, especially from DJ Wright. He definitely proved us right. He came out there with two early threes. We went up 7-0 to take the lead, and definitely a back and forth game, and like you said, I mean, I really thought that, we were pushing towards walking away with the victory, especially with the lead that we had and how well we were doing. And Mason Pierre, before we went to halftime, he had the buzzer beater, you know
Yeah,
and gave them a 35-33 halftime lead. So it was
local
back.
product, Mason
Yeah,
Pierre.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great back and forth, man. It was a lot of head scratchers because they went back and forth. They kept putting Giannis Woods in, Giannis back in. He kept doing his job, and I would love to give Giannis Woods his flowers because that guy, he really is a great player for Clayton. He is a
Every
great
time.
addition. He comes
Time
out
off
every
the
time,
bench. He's energy,
and shows out.
pure energy. Block, steals,
Always.
rebounds, putbacks, two-hand jams, man. Like
Yes. Giannis
some of my
Woods, he
favorite
is.
calls came from
Yeah.
Giannis.
Yeah. And when I was able to do PA that one time, man, Giannis was going crazy, man. Giannis
Yeah.
was going crazy that game. So him and Kleiss, and we got to give it to Kleiss that
Yo,
Kleiss brings the energy every
always.
game.
Yo,
Every
I
game.
gotta say this. Clyde sets the best screens in the Peach Belt.
Yes.
Like, it's not his fault that these refs are calling really soft fouls on him. Like, bro,
Yeah. It's a
like
it's a
these
it's a
guys are running
screen.
into the screens, bro. Like,
Yeah.
whose fault is that? That is the other team's
It's
fault. They didn't tell their boy that he's
watch
coming.
out. Yeah.
Watch out.
Watch out. And
That
and
is
he's
not his
going
fault.
and the thing is the fact that it's so good that he's going to continue to do it as well, and it's going to
Mhm.
continue to work. But
Right.
but that is also one thing that if you do watch Clayton, that's one thing we should work on though, being able to capitalize off of those pick and rolls because
Mhm.
we'll have the open space, then the ball get passed, then we have to keep resetting, clock winds down, then we're moving off just moving off pure thought instead of running with the flow of the game. So that's what I think about how the pick and roll works. But Kleis, great. He definitely has some of the best pick and roll or screens in the PBC. So you are right about
Yeah,
that.
he's got that brick wall Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah.
He was leveling
Yeah.
folks. I remember a few games
Definitely.
early in the year. He just leveled some folks. I was
Yeah.
like, man. I was
Yeah,
like, we need
man.
more of that.
We just got to stop getting those calls on there. We got to stop getting those calls on those because I mean
Yeah,
it's a part of the game. It's part
right.
of the game. So it's not like anybody's getting hurt. So you
Yeah,
know
they just getting caught, man.
Yeah,
But
just
yeah,
getting caught.
it's a good screen.
The opposing team has to have communication.
Right, right.
Tell them to get out the way. Watch out.
It's not his fault. They're running right into that chest right
Yeah.
there.
Grown man strength.
Exact,
So, but
exactly.
yeah, with Mason Pierre buzzer beater three, gave them no, excuse me, 35-33 halftime lead, and going to the second half, we led early in the half. Actually,
Hmm.
we led early in the half, came out, shot well, went inside the paint. We did very good, but Columbus State responded with a 10-2 run to take control, and at 55-46, the Cougars just kept the pressure and continued
Right.
and went on a 7-1 run, extending the lead to 62-47. So they were definitely capitalizing on the threes. There were a lot of foul calls in that game too. There are a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
foul calls in that game too. That kept that lead increasing
Hmm.
for the Columbus State.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, but the thing is, like with Clayton State, I feel like our effort is always there.
It
Like,
is.
I can never like we can never like say we didn't try because like we kept coming. Like even though they were going on runs, we kept coming. It's just like
Yeah.
we couldn't stop the run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the
And
ones that
there was
start
a lot of
going off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's just guarding the outside was definitely something that we needed to work on and we should have been paying attention to in that game because they had a lot of people who could score like 24 he could definitely score in the paint so they had to watch out for him but then you had 11 and 14 so
Mhm.
it was it's something you had to work on.
Yeah. What's his name? Yeah, number three, and yeah, I think number three on their team was it Ubo. He was just
Yeah.
making every like those threes. I was like, man, it was just raining.
Yeah, it was just dropping it down. But
And they were getting to the basket. But yeah, man, it's a game of runs, and they went on a run at the right time at the end and caught us.
yeah, they
We had
caught us. They
leads.
definitely did.
I mean, they're
And
the number 10 team in the nation, I think,
they
something like that.
are think they're up there number nine, number 10, yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah. So
they're going up there.
yeah, they're moving up and they definitely with this win, we fought back with a 9-2 and the 9-2 run, but
Right.
it wasn't enough as Columbus State, definitely won 73 and 73-60. But
Right.
key performances by of course DJ Wright. He came out there, 16 points, 5 for 8 shooting.
Mhm.
Aaron Pitts, 14 points.
Right.
Woods, 12 points, 9 rebounds. We out rebounded Columbus State 33-31 despite the loss. So,
Mhm.
we definitely we were on the glass, but those runs, those fast
Yeah.
breaks, yeah, definitely had us confused. But what's next for the men's Lakers? They of course 7-6, 1-12 in the PBC conference. They will be traveling to Flagler as well on February 15th, 3:30 p.m. That is the tip off. So make sure you guys watch out for that. So yeah, I mean we're gonna have our final thoughts. I'm gonna give my final thoughts, then we're gonna give it over to you, Theo. Um the key takeaways from both games for me, it was just we gotta be able to guard the outside. We gotta be able to
Mhm.
guard the outside, and for the women. for the women, they got to work on the rebounding. There's a lot of even though Cleo, of course, did amazing yesterday, but as a whole, we have to rebound. We have to be able to stop those fast breaks, and that actually, when I speak for both, it actually goes for both because if you look at both games, same thing happened. We weren't able to, even though we the men out rebounded, just those fast breaks caught us off guard. Threes being
Mhm.
way too open for the three, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my takeaway. We got to work on the three, being able to guard the three, being able to go inside with no hesitation. Got to be able to
Mhm.
work off that pick and roll. DJ Wright does a great job of doing that. As we know, Kleiss has a great job of setting the pick. So, you know, that's just me. That's just what I think. That's my takeaways for both.
I guess takeaways for me, the women's game, I would say like, they it's for me, it came down to kind of like an effort thing on the second half. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it just came out a little flat. So for me, it's just to get their energy up. So I don't know if it's me, I got to hype them up and play something crunk or
Hmm.
something turn, to
Yeah.
to get them, ready for that second half. But yeah, man, it's to me, it comes down to effort for the women, like just just doing like yo, just go for it. Like yo,
Yeah.
don't hesitate. Like and also like one thing I noticed was they were a little, I won't say they scared, but they weren't as aggressive as they were the previous game.
As we're
You know what I'm saying?
normally seeing them.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
so I don't
And
know if
and
it was the
hey,
weather
I'm
or
not
not.
gonna lie. If I saw 22 in the paint like that too, I don't know. So I think
Right.
I had to think twice before I go in there too. You know?
Right. Yeah, so I think it's just more like, amping up that aggression a little bit to
Definitely.
attack and also attack the pass, like your
Yeah.
teammates trying to pass you, like come to the
You gotta
ball, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of turnovers as well. That's
There's a
that
lot of
shouldn't
turnover.
that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. I
So
thought we were a little flat a little bit, like kind of like caught like just like flat-footed.
of course.
Um, but other than that, man, like we really only lost one quarter out of that
Yeah,
game. So
we did.
if
Yeah,
we
only
had
one.
that
Because they were
that
so
third
they were
quarter.
so close.
Hmm.
And then it just bridged off.
Right.
It bridged off. So,
Right.
and this is what I always say, even when I'm watching the games. For Clayton State men's and women's, do what works. That's what wins the game. If you know what works, continue to do that.
Right.
Some
To the
teams,
top.
of course, you have to make adjustments, but when you do what works, there should be no problem.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
And yeah, and also I know this is Clayton State show, but shout out to Columbus State. We gotta give
of
them credit.
course, we got to
One
give
of
them
their
credit. They
girls
walked away with the
scored,
win.
right. They scored 27. One of them Rawls. So she dropped 27. So we got to give credit to them. Uh they didn't take that win without those 27 points. So
Yes,
shout
of
out to
course.
her and the Cougars. As for the men's, I thought we had really good effort. Like guys, I never questioned their heart and their effort. They will always fight, no matter how far down we're down or up, like they're gonna play hard regardless. I
Yes.
think we did a good job holding their star player
Hmm.
to what 11 points
Yeah.
and under
Hmm.
his season averages.
Yeah. And we
Always a
were able
great
to
effort.
rebound.
The rebounding. I think yeah, we won the rebounding battle with
Yeah, we
them.
won the rebound. Hmm.
And yeah, that's one thing, with Clayton State, we're gonna hustle
Yes, of
for
course. That
sure.
always. That's a part of
Always.
our game.
Right.
That's how we
And
get
that's
through.
all you can ask for, man. Hustle, if the shots fall, they fall.
They fall, and if they're not there, you gotta get the rebound.
Exactly.
Gotta
But
rebound.
yeah, we had 19 turnovers and they had 12. So, if we get rebounding and we hustle and we take care of the ball, I think we win this game.
Yeah,
You know,
and that's for every game.
every game, right?
Every game. But yeah, well, that is all we have for you guys. Please, thank you so much. We're going to thank Theo, of course, as he's going to continue to join us for J Talk Sports. Please make sure you follow the podcast on Instagram and YouTube. Name is J Talk Sports on all socials. And subscribe for more episodes. Follow Clayton State Athletics on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Make sure you guys follow Theo if you want to say your Instagram, because I know it's not the
Oh,
same.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Instagram, you can follow me at Evil King Sofa. Uh, yeah, and then whatever socials I am is probably Sofa King Evil. So it's backwards and forwards either way. But I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next Thursday. No, next Friday.
Next Thursday,
Sorry.
next
Next
Friday, next Friday.
next
That's right.
Friday. All right. Thank
All right, see
you.
y'all there. Cool.